I warned a burger place about dirty gloves, then the manager tried to embarrass me in front of everyone. I'm a city food safety inspector in Cleveland. Last month I shut down 3 restaurants for health violations, but off duty, I just look like a regular guy. Yesterday I was buried in paperwork, so I went to a new burger place downtown for lunch. I was in ripped jeans and an old Nirvana t-shirt, and I ordered a bacon cheeseburger and fries. The place was packed. While I waited, I could see into the kitchen through a big pass-through window. A cook was wearing gloves, grabbing raw beef, then turning around and touching buns and lettuce without changing gloves or washing his hands. He did it again right after, like it was normal. I didn't want a scene, so I flagged down the waitress, a college-aged girl with purple hair. I said, "Hey, just a heads up, your cook touched raw meat and then the buns. He needs to change gloves or wash up." She rolled her eyes and said, "Sir, we know how to run a restaurant. We've been open 6 months." I tried to explain cross-contamination, but she cut me off with a sigh and walked away mid-sentence. I stood there holding my ticket, watching the cook keep doing the same thing. Then a man came out from the back like he'd been waiting. Mid-40s, slicked back hair, stained polo, smug grin. He stopped in front of me and said loud, "What's your problem, kid? Stick to your video games and let adults handle food." People at nearby tables started looking over. I kept my voice calm. "I'm concerned about basic food safety. Your cook is contaminating ready-to-eat food." The manager laughed and waved at the room. "Look around. We're packed. I've been in this business 20 years. You kids think you know everything because you watched a video." Then he leaned in and said, "If you don't like it, there's a McDonald's down the street for people like you." Someone snickered. I could feel my face getting hot, not from embarrassment, but from how careless he was being. I reached into my back pocket and pulled out my leather badge wallet. I flipped it open. "Actually, there's a health department for people like me," I said. "I'm a food safety inspector, and you just triggered a surprise inspection." His grin vanished. "Wait, you're the inspector?" he stammered. Then his eyes darted around the dining room and he lowered his voice. Okay, misunderstanding. We can fix it. I'll comp your meal. Let's not do this out here." I said, "This isn't about my lunch." I asked for his manager certification, their temperature logs, and the staff food handler cards. He tried to steer me away from the window, like if the customers couldn't hear, it didn't count. I stepped back and said, "Don't touch me. We're doing this by the book." He started talking fast. "We're slammed. Can we do this tomorrow? You can't just walk back there." I pointed at the kitchen. "I already watched violations from right here. Surprise inspections are part of the job." The moment he realized I wasn't backing down, he snapped at the waitress. "Tell them to clean up now." I watched the cook suddenly change gloves, then grab a rag and wipe the cutting board like that fixed everything. One guy started moving open containers off the counter and slamming lids on them. It looked less like cleaning and more like hiding. I said, "Stop moving things," and wrote down what I'd seen before they touched it. The kitchen staff had slowed down, watching me. The purple-haired waitress went pale. I walked to the hand sink first. The soap dispenser was empty, and the paper towel holder was bare. I asked for soap and towels, and the manager sent someone scrambling through the back. I checked their sanitizer bucket, and it was weak. I opened their prep fridge, and the thermometer inside was missing. I took my own temp and logged it. Their walk-in cooler was reading 50 degrees. Boxes of cheese and milk were sweating, and a pan of sliced tomatoes was stored under a tray of raw chicken drippings. When I asked where they kept their cooling logs, the manager handed me a clipboard with blank pages. I kept going. Raw chicken was stored above cut veggies. Cutting boards were filthy, and containers had no dates. When I asked for food handler cards, 2 employees admitted they didn't have any. The manager hovered behind me, sweating, whispering, "Come on, we can work something out," like it was a deal. I said, "Food safety isn't negotiable," and kept writing. After I documented enough critical violations, I told him, "You're being closed today." His face dropped. "Please, just a warning," he said, eyes flicking to the customers. I walked to the front door and posted the closure notice where everyone could see it. The room went quiet, then chairs scraped, and people started filing out, annoyed and confused. In the back, staff began cleaning out lockers. As I left, I heard the cook ask, "So who was that guy?" And the manager answered, shaky, "The guy who just shut us down." Now people are saying I ruined their jobs over lunch. Was I wrong?